Mejia.
Ralph Castaldo, patron of Stony Point.
Great.
Jose Taylor from Villa Acapulco.
Nice to meet you.
Right.
Brian?
Senator Harkin Stevenson.
I'm Jeff Millman from the law firm of Phillips and Millman, right over here.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm also from Phillips and Millman.
Pleasure to meet you. Hey guys,
Tom from Philly Central.
good to see you.
Tommy from Fireside.
Good to see you.
Chad from Liberty Liquor and Wine on 9W in New Maine.
Tito?
Tito Dadla, Special Senior Advisor to Senator Harkin.
Anybody else?
Michael Puccio, Councilman of Stony Point.
All right.
And we're waiting from
Is that
Amy. Amy should be here any minute. Nope.
Nope.
She's right there.
There she,
I think she got caught in the traffic.
there she is.
Hey, how are you?
The construction traffic.
Hi, Pete.
Hello, Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
Come on in.
Pete,
Hi, how are you?
how are you? Hi there.
Hi, Dean.
Good to see you. I know,
Good to
nice
see
to
you.
finally
How you
meet.
doing?
Great to
Yeah,
see you. Thank
thanks
you.
for coming down.
Thank
I
you,
really
our pleasure.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think everyone here
No, it's a great
appreciates it,
turnout.
so.
Great turnout.
Yep.
So they just went around, everyone introduced themselves. Hi everyone, I'm Pete, Pete Harkin, State Senator. You may not know this, I grew up in Rockland, so I'm a Rockland guy. Grew up in New City, went to Clarkstown North, don't hold that against me. So I love the fact that we got part of Rockland back with redistricting. I want to thank Amy and Supervisor Monahan for reaching out. Spoke with them on Friday. In the couple of days since then, we've had a couple meetings with O&R and with CHPE. I'll fill you in on that, but I just want you to know we're here to be a resource for you. We work for you. We represent you. So when you have problems, I have problems. So thank you all. This is an incredible turnout. And so the point of the meeting is for me to hear how you've been impacted by this. I've traveled this corridor many times, been stuck in the disruptions as well. So let me just give you a couple quick updates from what we've been doing, and then I'll just turn it over and I'm going to listen. On Friday, my team had 2 preliminary conversations with both CHPE and O&R. On Monday, I met with O&R as well as the president of CHPE. And what we wanted to do, job number 1 is really about how do we end or minimize the disruption, right? Because the work was supposed to be done at night, there's work being done in the day, so you're getting the double whammy. So, you know, I expressed to CHPE that they have an obligation or responsibility when they come into a community to be cognizant of the footprint that they have and the impact they have on the community. They are aware of that, and they are also aware that they can do better, and we made them aware of that. One of the things we spoke about at length is how do we get some of this daytime work back to being done at night. And part of the issue with that, as we learned, is the gas pipeline needs to be moved so the electrical cable could be co-located in a safe proximity. The reason that work was being done in the daytime is that's when O&R's safety staff is on duty. So beg the question, well, why can't O&R safety staff be on at night? And why can't some of that work be done at night? CHPE agreed with that idea. They've been thinking about that for a while. They are going to discuss that with O&R, ways that they may be able to move some of this daytime work back to nighttime so you don't get the double whammy. So we are going to have a follow-up conversation with them after they speak. That'll be a couple more days. But that is our number 1 priority, is to end the disruptions out here so we get back to somewhat normal traffic flows so you can get somewhat normal business flows. So those are the steps that we've taken in the last couple of days. Again, I want to thank Amy and Supervisor for the partnership. And again, we're here to be a resource for you. Tito and Brian are here for you. I'm here for you. But I really, would love to hear, I would love to hear, I need to hear how this is impacting all of you. Rock and I spoke a little bit on the phone the other day. So maybe we'll start with you again, Rock, and we can go around the room.
I'm sorry, I just want to say something.
Yeah.
We are representing Assemblyman.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much for everyone for being here. We have the same role, but this the Assembly. Senator Pete is in the Senate. We are here for you guys. We are able to provide the same resources and the same conversations as Senator Pete, and we will bring whatever conversations we have here to the Assembly.
And I apologize, I didn't see you there. I should have introduced you, allowed you to introduce yourself. The Assembly members team was in on those same meetings that me and my team were on, so we have partnered on this. We're working in tandem together on this. So the Assemblyman unfortunately had to be out of town, but his team is on this. We work very closely together, and I want to thank you both for being here.
Yeah, and I'd also like to thank everybody for being here. So currently, I am the board president of the North Rockland Chamber. We could try to get everybody inside.
Come on in.
Let's just get comfy, cozy.
Hey, how are you?
You know,
John, good to see you.
Come
on in,
I want to
everybody.
hear from everybody. Just like staying clear of the closing doors. Just move on in.
Come on in.
So.
What's a little summertime COVID?
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that, Senator, because we've been talking about this as a chamber for a long time. Obviously, we've known about the chimney construction for a very long time. That's been in the news. There were fights about it. There were lots of conversations. This is where we are, right? So we want to move forward. We want to help the businesses. So we came together as a chamber to discuss and try to come up with a feasible solution to try and help the businesses. So we thought of possibly an emergency fund where it would work as like a grant program where as a suffering business you can apply for emergency funds that'll close the gap between what's the difference between what you made this time last year versus what you're making now, because obviously there's the big problem of the traffic that is deterring your customers from coming. So we're still working. We have a couple drafts of the program, working drafts with the program. We're working with local nonprofits and the county and the state senator to try to make it the most feasible and the most efficient way possible, but we also have to raise those funds. So I know a lot of you have read that CHPE did offer $100,000 to start this fund, but you know, as we've all discussed and we've all seen, it's not enough. So we need to figure out where are the other resources, or you know, can CHPE put in more, and who else can also contribute more to this desperately needed fund to keep our businesses businessing. Yes. So. That being said, the data collection, we need the businesses to come up with the data. Let us see, you know, what was happening last year versus what's happening this year, including projections, because this project is projected to last until May or spring of 2026. So we need, but again, we're mitigating, right? We're trying to stop the work. Part of the problem was that all the work was supposed to be done at night. Starting back in June when the work was not just at night, this is where this kind of, you know, started elevating and escalating again. You know, we wanna de-escalate, we wanna try to mitigate the losses, but now we have to come up with the relief to fill those gaps and to make you all whole. So that's what we're trying to do by holding these meetings. I'm appealing to businesses to come up with the numbers. I think, you know, I know it's not a long time, but 2 weeks. We do plan to regroup again. I know Stony Point has their scheduled town board meeting. I also spoke with the supervisor who said he would love to see all of us there as well. So I think within 2 weeks, if we can gather this information and, you know, come to the meeting with it, so that we can start, you know, deciding or start seeing where's the starting point, where do we need to be, because you know, a number between 100,000 and 10 million, it's not going to do us any good. Like, we need real numbers. We really need to see where we have to be and what the goal is, so we can hit that goal and have a concerted effort to meet those targets. So that's what the chamber's been working on. We're happy to hear from you all and, you know, continue on
Yeah,
this path.
it's the parallel track. It's how do we ease the traffic burden to get your normal business flow back, and is there a way that we can set up a fund to mitigate the impacts that you've already felt? When you have the plan together, we can talk to the Mid-Hudson Region Economic Development Council. No promises, but that would be the first place. So we would go from the state perspective, speak to Linda and that team.
Yeah, so,
Anybody want to start? Love to.
So as we spoke on
Yeah.
the phone, one of the things that has hurt us or hurt myself is the customer's not able to during the day get here for lunch, get back on a timely fashion, and it's decimated how we do our business. So we're a lunch business. We're only open from 10 to about 7 at night, and it also hurts towards the end of the night where our dinner rush that comes along as well. So if you and what I'll tell you is this: someone's already did the work to alleviate some of the daytime traffic within the last couple of days, because we see it and we see it in our numbers. That's part of what we're looking for, right? We're looking to get back to a norm.
Yep.
This is one of the things where our government came to our aid back in COVID time because it was unprecedented. Everything was shut down. We had no control of that, right?
Right.
The government came to our aid and helped us then with 2 rounds of PPP. Now we're talking we've survived, like you missed what I said earlier, we survived the inflation costs, we survived COVID, we survived all of these little things just to now get crushed by a company that we benefit zero from. And when I say zero, not an ounce. Now I understand and know that CHPE donated this, donated that. No one's sharing the wealth. And it's not illegal to be immoral, but this is immoral. This is everyone's livelihood. Every single person here has put blood, sweat, and equity into their businesses.
Right.
To be crushed by traffic is unexcusable. To be crushed by a project that they don't benefit from, we need your help. That's why I begged and plead for you to come here. And I'm hoping...
And that's why I'm here.
1,000%, but I'm hoping we go to the next step. I understand no promises, but we need help.
Yeah.
That's the purpose for this exam.
Yep.
We need help from our government officials. So to tag along with the whole COVID and the PPP, this is that situation. We didn't ask for this either, right? And now we're being disrupted in our livelihoods.
Yeah.
We're being, I forget, someone the other day was on the news, he can't even pay his bills. We're close to that. A lot of us are close to that. And we need desperately someone to step up. I get CHPE tried to donate $100,000. You look at this room, you go to split $100,000. That's going to be absolutely nothing for any of us.
Right.
Right? I don't know, and probably you'll hear it around the room in a couple of minutes. I don't know who to go after or blame, right? The finger game. Do we blame the town? Do we blame CHPE? Do we blame the state? Who do we blame, right? Or get help from? That's what we're looking for. We're desperately looking for you guys to really do what our elected officials are supposed to do.
Yeah, I think at this point it's about the help part of the equation. Like the blame, the fights, those are all done. How do we get you help? That's what we're looking to do.
Right. So I'm off my horse. Anyone else want to go next?
Back there, yeah.
So basically, like Rockland.
Can you step forward a little bit, just so I can hear you, see you?
So
Thank you. There we go.
basically, what Rob was saying, for people who come in and out during the day, clients who would come in on their lunch hour to get their hair done, they cannot get back to work due to a shortcut. It's a long way to the shortcut, and so they're not coming in during the day, and then they'll try to do it in the evening, but then they have something else that comes up. They have kids, they have activities, so they're not doing that. And besides that, we're also, I don't know if everybody here is, also I live here, lives here. It's my business and I live here, so it's affecting us as taxpayers too. We can't get to work, we can't pay your bills. So we have to supplement that somehow. So that's me. I'm cutting power.
I think that is one of the things that we mentioned too in the meeting yesterday with them, specifically about residents and also the school district and how that is going to affect, because now there is traffic already and then the school is going to be opening soon. So we are trying to figure that out as well.
Others?
What about me? I'm at the dining here. I'm in like Times Square. Like you guys curate the whole thing around the dining. The traffic doesn't stop. And there's like 3 different ways to get through. So everyone's getting a little smart about it. They're not even listening to the rule. And they're just cutting right through the parking lot. And they're throwing like sandbags in the lot and signs up. I look closed half the time because of the way they made it look.
Yeah, we spoke with them specifically
They're
about.
putting up signs like
Right.
one way, this way. People don't even know. The cops don't even know.
I know, we spoke with them specifically, and in fact, the reason it was quieter on Thursday and Friday, they closed down the operation for 2 days. They replaced the project management because they know they can be doing better. And we specifically discussed things like access and egress to
Yeah.
businesses.
So on top of the business, they're hurting. They're also hurting my property that they just keep ripping through every day, different cars.
And we'll-
18-wheelers, school buses. What's going to happen when school starts?
All right, we will also make that note about your specific business and take that back to them.
Thank you.
There's no access
But it's
to
everybody,
Young's
they
back
just
there.
really-
I don't know if he's gonna say anything, but I will. No
All
access.
right, wait,
no
can we just go one at a time, otherwise it's gonna turn into a yelling fest. I'm sorry, sir, were you finished back there?
Oh, what?
Were you finished?
Oh, yeah, that's...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to be the school marm, but there are a lot of us, so let's just raise our hands and.
I don't know if you're on the spot back there, Jack, but Yummy's, which, you know, is not, right, there's zero access. You can't get in, you can't get out, you have to walk to get to it. And the nail place that is now, I guess, closed, because I've tried to go there a few times. Right, and the barber shop in there, zero access. You cannot get into any of those businesses. That to me is outrageous, like I can't imagine.
All right, Brian is taking all of this down, and we will take specific project issues.
One more thing, we have closures already to report. The FedEx place behind us shipping is closed. You have Dominican Bites over here have closed. So there's effect already starting when
Okay.
businesses are closing one by one.
All right. Yes, sir. And then we'll get to you.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, before we get on individual basis here, that we're looking forward to make ourselves whole with this. But I'll be honest with you, inflation's not over. It's not over, so we can say what we made last year, what we're not making this year, but the cost of insurance and everything else in these businesses have gone way up. And I really truly believe that has to be a part of the equation too, when it comes down to we figure out a way how to make this whole again. Because it's not strictly, all right, business down 20%, it's a lot more.
Right. Right, and maybe that's part of the calculation. I don't know whether.
Well, it is a, again, that's why we're here to gather opinions, information, but, to be feasible, to be, concise and to get the money in your hands as quickly as possible, we have to focus on the issue at hand. So inflation is a whole nother issue.
That is an issue.
But if you look at your gross receipts, that's what we would be looking at, potentially. That's what.
If you look at PPI, CPI from year over year to now, all of our insurances are higher, our cost of goods are higher. So if our numbers are down, it doesn't show the whole story, that's all it is.
Got it. Yes, sir.
We're the landlord for Young's as system mail up there. And I did have conversations with people down by the booths down in Avastar. And I told them, we can't get in, nobody can get into these two properties. And they said, well, the state came up with the plan, there's nothing we can do about it, and it has to stay there.
No, it's not.
Well, that's the answer.
Right, and that's why they replaced the project manager, because of the answers like that. So,
It's 2 months.
hopefully we will get a more responsive set of folks out here with clear instructions, but we will take that back. Yes, sir, and then,
My name is John.
Hey, John.
I own a local retail shop, car wash right next door called Malibu Retail. A lot of my clientele is spurred home when people walk in, looking for us. That's kind of the scene slow. I've had to cut back on space. I had 2 locations there. Not like everybody else, numbers have been down. I had to cut down on manpower. I had to let go of one of my best guys. So I had to find an extra $10,000 a month where I'm going to be able to get it from, because I don't have that traffic. On top of that, I'm a volunteer firefighter next door in Savage Shore. I live in Stony Point. Trying to respond at night or certain times is impossible. If we have a real emergency, we're in trouble. I gotta go around the seawall, I don't know if you're local, I gotta take an extra 6-7 minutes to get there. I might miss a truck, something's gonna happen, and these guys don't care, you come with a blue light, they just let you sit, they'll block the road for 15, 20 minutes, while they do whatever they gotta do, understand, but there's no sense of urgency, you know what I mean?
All right, we will take that back to them. We spoke with them about, because I heard from the fire department here in Stony Point, similar issue.
Yeah.
And so we've taken that to them.
Yeah, they tore their driveway up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure they, you know, but I'm in West Irish Run, and the hike is 4 or 5 minutes on a normal day. But with this, you're not getting there, you're not, you know, it's troublesome.
All right, got it. Yes, sir.
Is there an estimated date of the bridge closure on Logan? Is there a date that there might be completed, or when that two-way traffic might open up again?
We can find that out.
I can answer that, Senator.
Yeah.
So they had a delay on the bridge. How are you? There was, once they started work, there was something underneath that wasn't as expected. They went back to DOT engineering to reconfigure the plan. They're looking to get started again, hopefully in another week, and that's pushing the project out to October.
So
So it was originally September, and now it's October.
can you,
I didn't hear that.
like this year?
The bridge should be reopened, assuming all goes well, once they get working again in October. I don't know exactly when. Let's call it mid-October.
So with that, can you speak to where you said some things that happened? Again, we only go by rumor mill
Yeah.
as far as what keeps coming to us.
Yep.
They drilled wrong from what we were being told through the bridge and had to re-put that on. So now 7 weeks of what they've been doing, now adding another 7 to 12 weeks, again, to our labor,
Yeah.
to our hurting. Is
I
that
don't-
what happened? Or?
I don't know specifically what went wrong. It might have been a little bit above my level of understanding of road work. But I do know that it was something that happened once they started the work. Either something under the bridge wasn't as expected, or there was this mistake made. I don't know one way or the other, so I don't want to speculate. What I do know is that they're back in with the DOT engineers. That process is just about wrapped up, and they hope to get started again next week. That's what we were told. We, Supervisor and I have weekly update calls with the CHPE team for status on, you know, everything from Park Road down to here. And they told us that this past Monday.
And then, in the same breath, that there's more construction that's gonna be started here, right, between,
Yeah.
on this road.
Yeah.
Right.
Right,
Good.
starting
Yeah.
from
It's not
the
gonna get-
start of Helen Hayes
It's not
down
gonna
to
get much better.
Phillips and Millman, right? That section of road has
Right.
to be closed off and connected as
They're
well.
just about done with the nighttime work north of the bridge. I was told that they should be finishing their night work within the next week north of the bridge. The daytime work will continue with Orange and Rockland. The nighttime work should be done, then they'll pivot and move down here. So from Colonial Plaza, the two-level plaza right here, south to Helen Hayes will be nighttime work. And that, I believe, will start shortly after they're finished north of the bridge.
With all this aggravation that everybody got to deal with, and whatever, just because of the sturgeon, don't you think it would probably have just been a lot easier just to go through the river like it was supposed to be?
Of course.
A lot cheaper and easier than having
Yeah,
to deal with all of this, just
absolutely.
because of the sturgeon.
Yep, let's save the sturgeon. But we're here now, so let's, you know, figure out how to get there.
Other comments specific to your situations?
We own a business, a restaurant on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, on the north side of the bridge.
On the north side.
Okay.
They didn't tell us about the bridge crossing. Like a lot of locals, they come in and they know the ways around. But it really depends on a lot of people coming from out of town. And they go to make the right on the bridge, and I mean left on the bridge, and there is no left. So a lot of people, we tell them, no, it's impossible to come to your place because all the construction, everything is putting a big hole, you know.
And the detour sign by the diner is horrible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I work here, I drive past it when I'm going to your place. Yeah, and then I turn around and pass it again. Shame on me, but the signage.
All right, that's the
is
one by the
horrible.
diner?
It's right by the diner,
Okay.
you go Lowland, which once you do that, it's easy to get to this great restaurant.
Yeah.
They put signs all over the parking lot.
You could put lights around the signs, no one's gonna follow, no one's Yorkers used to. They're coming up on these signs real quick, and they just get nervous because they got a ton of cars behind them honking, and they just go and they get out of here and they go to another restaurant. You know?
Yeah.
And the kids, look at all the young kids that come in like that, and I got cars flying through the parking lot. Literally trucks, like no joke. Like, go sit there for an hour and be like, I'm not gonna bring my kid in this place. I sit out there and rave to people just to make sure they know they're all right.
We'll specifically talk to them about the diner situation. We're making a punch list. It all down.
Whichever one, I don't want to. I just want to say that, thank you. I just want to say that this is, even though this is all happening right now, North Rockland has developed a reputation outside of here that we're not going to become. They're out there, they're saying, this is going to last longer than when should be used. Because the mentality is that we are long-term in hell here, and nobody's coming up with the flat tires that they're getting over there. Nobody's coming, and that has progressively increased. Once they pull up out of here, which God knows when, it's not just going to overnight repair. Certainly there's going to be a length of time where these businesses are still suffering because nobody's coming to North Rockland, and that's a well-known thing out there. So I'm just saying it's not just about, well, I appreciate everything you're saying, certainly we need a solution. It will last long after they leave, and that's another problem.
Aren't they gonna pick up the roads and repave them?
Yeah.
That's a whole other problem.
Okay, one at a time, please.
Question I have is, I go to the diner, and all of a sudden, the back road has become a one-way street. So when I'm trying to pull out of the diner, it's tractor trailers coming down, and also, there's almost 2 accidents there already. So to avoid it, we park our car in the handicap spot. Now I have to back out. So I asked the police officer now about that sign. It used to be a 2-way street. Now they made it a 1-way street. So as you pull out of the diner, you thought it was a 2-way street. You want to make a right turn, and now you don't know what to do, and it just causes really a lot of problems putting all the different
Got it. Got it. Yes, ma'am. Over here.
Oh, no, but there was an accident at the diner with a Badger truck. She got confused about which way to go. The signage there is horrible. I mean, you guys could have put up about maybe half a mile before, hello, bridge closed, like along the way. All of a sudden, the sign just came.
That is very true.
It was dangerous.
Boy, are you Jessica's mom? Is that Jessica's mom?
No, Carol Ann from the hair studio.
Way to go, Jessica.
So Senator,
yes,
I do have to leave. So your punch list is you're going to look to get everything, nighttime work, so daytime is open to the businesses. You're going to look to work with the
Now, just to be clear on the nighttime, they said as much as possible.
But you're the senator, so work on getting it
Yeah.
all at nighttime. You're the advocate for every budget.
Yeah.
That's really your job.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
working with the businesses, thank you. Working with the businesses to get the financial support for everybody here that needs financial support, that can prove financial
Right.
need.
We're working with the chamber on that, and we're working with Chippy and O&R on the traffic
To
system.
be their advocate, they need you.
That's
Right?
our
We
job.
have good people here that they put their blood, sweat, and tears into their businesses. Rob and everybody else here, all great people. So if everyone here leaves knowing their senator is going to work for nighttime, financial support, and communication.
And these individual issues. over
Absolutely,
here.
and communication with everybody, that's key.
Yeah.
Is that where we're leaving?
That's what you pay me
Understanding?
for. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you pay.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
All right, I have to go back to work. Good to see everybody.
You're hired, by the way.
All right, so we're still good on time. We're still good on time.
Did you have something? I thought I
Yeah.
saw your hand up.
Here, we got a hand over here, and then we'll come back here. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
But I was wondering if it's possible, obviously there are a lot of organizations, so if there was any way to maybe oblige them to spend a certain amount of money on businesses here locally. So if they get the financing from New York State, financing on a regular basis, let's say, so now in September, so they have to spend a certain amount of money, say with Rock's Kitchen or with DTV or whatever, like a business appropriate. Rock's Kitchen can feed everybody, you know, everybody needs to eat every day.
You mean
and
the
so,
project people?
I mean, it doesn't have to be project people. It can be like any local organization that receives funding from the state, because they all do, whether it's school or hospital or anyone in the area. So we say, okay, we'll give you the money, but for 1 year, it comes with stipulation that a certain amount of money have to be spent with this particular business is here.
We can encourage that. We don't think we can.
I'm sorry.
It's just a thought, yeah.
I'll pass it.
So I think on top of what she's saying is and someone else alluded to it, this is a longer term project, other than making us whole. We can all get $50,000 today, that doesn't make us whole, right? Myself, probably a lot of other people, a lot of my analytics show that my customers come from New City and Nanuet, right? They're not coming here because of that. So I guess marketing wise, is there something that probably this is more so on your side, some type of marketing promotion to say we are open back up during the day. We, you know, come back to Stony Point, come through Rockland. Some type of marketing promotion that could help the businesses see that flow of traffic coming back.
Yep.
And it's the same thing with the marinas. A lot of people aren't coming up here to go on their boats anymore because it takes them an hour and a half to get from Congers to Stony Point. And that was an enormous amount of my summer business, you know, where June and July was almost like Christmas because of all the boat traffic. And it's gone. You know, nobody's coming up here.
And what's your business?
It's a Liberty Liquor and Wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, on the corner of 9W and New Main, which is right in the thick of... Yeah,
right.
Horrible. Exactly.
The majority of the clients that are out of town do not want to come. The perception, like she was saying before, is true. They don't want to come. People like to come rent chairs, people, DJs and stuff like that. They don't like to come into my showroom because, like, you're at Stony Point, I'm at Camillio, Upper Deck. So they're like, you know, what the hell with this? Too many detours, and they don't want to deal with it. That's just not fair.
Yeah.
And hopefully it is a short-term thing with the perception of people out of town. I don't want to do enough Rockland. That's just not fair to anybody.
Got it.
I'm a fairly new restaurant, a year. I don't think I'm going to try.
You think you'll survive?
Where are you located?
Stony Point.
I love your restaurant. Yeah, the food's awesome. You want a good lunch special?
What's the name of your restaurant?
Stony Point.
New City.
I have one at New City, and that's doing great. Over here.
There's no traffic, nobody's walking, there's nothing. It's nothing, it's dead. My hair salon, I look out the window, it's dead. This town
Where's
is
your
dead.
salon?
Right next to Nisi. Nisi and I are right there, right across from the diner, right next to Daily Central. It's dead. There's nobody's even walking.
I sell coffee. People rather just spend their $3, $5 somewhere else with the convenience.
Yeah.
It's hitting us all.
What about the roads? Like, they tear them up, they fix them, tear them up, fix them. It's like a war zone. I mean, you can't even drive
bad. No, I drive.
I'm gonna need a new truck by the end of this thing because it's gonna be destroyed. I mean, the plates and everything else, it's like a nightmare. They put them down, they pick them up, they put them down. I drive through it every day. I have to go around 5 more minutes just to go to my house. It's ridiculous. It took me 15 minutes to get there. I was 5 minutes. I mean, the roads, they haven't done anything. Are they gonna fix them when they're done? Or are they gonna just leave?
No, they should, at the end, they should go curb to curb.
That's part of the
They also
agreement.
said,
I thought that was part of the agreement.
That is part of the agreement, is when they're completely done and there's no more holes to be dug, we can say bye-bye to Chippy, and they are to repave from Park Road south to Clarkstown, curb to curb.
What's their estimated date?
That's we're probably not looking to that till late 2026.
I thought it was September.
Well, that's the bridge.
No.
that's just the bridge.
That's the bridge. So let me preface that with a couple other details. By November, DOT regulations say they have to close up shop and leave for the winter. So November, they fill in all the trenches, they take up all the plates, and they go away for a couple of months. They'll be back to finish up. If there are things to finish up, we're being told there's probably still going to be O&R work to be done in April when they're allowed to start road work again. However long that takes, I don't know. When that's done, then they can pave the road. So ideally, that'll be before the asphalt plants close again next year, before November of next year.
November 26th.
Yeah, I don't know the exact date.
No, I'm saying, you're saying November of next year.
Yeah, oh, 2026, yes, sorry.
So Senator, you do see that everyone's really hurting.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's to the point where it looks like we're going to have a lot of empty stores. And I'm going to be honest with you, the board is scared to death that we ain't going to have a business district after this.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for it, we didn't want it, and now they told us A, and now it's actually B. It's A and B, and it's destroying businesses. I mean, these guys.
We hear you.
These guys are like a family. They mortgage their houses, and they can't pay their rent. We need relief fast. Not tomorrow, not 2 weeks from now. They're struggling.
We hear you.
You have a question back here?
I just had one quick question.
Yeah, hi.
In regards to the repaving. When Chippy does go ahead and do the repaving, is that on their expense or does that come out of?
No, that's on. Right, the money that the town received for streetscaping can be used for things like benches and pretty light poles and things to beautify our town.
Right, and the money that the town got for their community fund, my understanding is the majority of that's going to be going to the wastewater plant refurbishment, or that's not something that can be used towards businesses, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it was established to be used for capital projects. We've used some of it for our town parks. We've built restrooms at the riverfront park, renovated some things up at the town pool. We have earmarked some of it for our wastewater treatment plant. There's a DEC mandated upgrade that we have to do there. Without that money, we probably have to raise taxes to do that project, so at least we don't have to raise taxes. We're using CHPE funds towards that. We do get more money when the project is completed. We've received about half.
With that said, there was, when this project began originally, quotes were made by Monahan, Phillips, D'Amelio, where it said in there that monies that are going to be in there would be used, some type of fund for residents and businesses. Where has that gone? Where did that quote disappear to?
I can't speak to that. I don't know what was said. I'm sorry.
Money from any entity.
You can get going. Find out what she wants.
Senator, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who's here from CHIPS? Any representative?
Of course
No, they're
not.
not. Okay. Because as a lifelong North Rockland resident, I live on Fowler's Lane. I was intimately involved in this when they started from the fire service end. Okay? And I think it's due to everybody exact amounts that were given to businesses for the vaults, towns, so that everybody can see, because it's our money. Okay? And I've looked at this way. You're suffering, Rock, because of a fish.
Right, we're all of
Okay? I've been a sportsman and a conservationist for 50 years. The best thing we could do is leave the state of New York out of our environment. We'd probably be better off. But everybody,
You know what?
that's why I
not
want to
where
see.
we are.
Right.
That's not where we are right now.
I want to see the money. Where's all the money going?
That's what we're working on.
Okay.
That's what
Exactly.
we're working on.
Somebody please publish it.
And before you came in, I spoke to folks about my conversations with both O and R. I'm going to repeat it again.
That's fine, that's fine.
But we have been in touch with them. The purpose of this meeting was not for them to be here.
Okay.
The purpose of this meeting was for me to be here.
Right.
And for Assemblyman Ekus' team to be here, to hear firsthand from all of you, to pledge our cooperation, to work with you on all of the issues that have been raised today. That was the purpose of today's meeting.
Fantastic, but you need to speak to Viola also, or Viola, because there was talk of a 16-inch water main being put up 9W while this project was going on.
All right, we will look into that.
Okay.
We have not heard of that, but thank you for raising it.
All right, so, but thank you.
Thank you.
And I think if you would like Chippy to be around for future meetings, I don't think that we would mind to invite them over to be in the meetings if that's something that you guys would like.
Yeah, and I did, like I mentioned, you got 2 weeks, gather your information. The town of Stony Point, next town board meeting is September 9th, Tuesday. I spoke to Jim about it. He said he would be more than happy to host all of us and Chippy to come in and speak about the issues at hand. And this way you have a little bit more time to prepare. This was short notice because, you know, conversations happen and meetings happen and we have to get things done. So, you know, and we get them done and then, you know, we plan for the future. So that's the next date so that we can anticipate, you know, and mark our calendars, Tuesday, September 9th.
At what time?
Probably, yeah, the board meeting's at 7. I'm hoping to get a space at 6 so that we can gather.
You talk to Jim on that, or call me. Yep.
Is there something that you can send out, like what exactly is needed?
Well, there's an agenda that I put together for today, posted on the website. But I could also post it and send it to you.
Yeah, how are we gonna
Get loud for a second.
how are we gonna collectively give you numbers about like everyone's revenue here or
I will, so there is the North Rockland Chamber, you can send it to the North Rockland Chamber email address for now. I actually, for security purposes, I would say you collect them and hold on to them and have them ready for when we're ready. And we'll put together a spreadsheet so we can know roundabout what the numbers should be and what the target should be. That's the goal. But you know, I don't want personal information. You know, security first, so I don't want personal information out there. But we're still working with the proper facilitator to make sure everybody's secure. So gather the information, make notes. You know, the best way, and I think the easiest way, is to figure out what the gap is, what the revenues were in 2024, August 2024, what they are now in August 2025. Let us know what that gap is, everybody, so that we can put it together and see what we need, you know, plus.
All right, so just one last thing from our perspective, and I've got to run. If you have any of these things that come up, like, oh, they've got the driveway to my building block, no one can get in, call us. Those are the kind of things that in real time we can hopefully give you help with. If you call our Peekskill office, you can find the number online, 914-241-4600. We're right across the river. Ask for Tito. Sorry, Tito. Ask for Tito and you know, just say, hey, they've got my business blocked, and we will make calls over to Chippy. In the short term, you know, that's one of the things that we can definitely do. We will continue our conversations with Chippy and O&R. We're happy to continue our work with the chamber and with Amy and the supervisor and the town board, and certainly Assemblymember Eakes' office has been a great partner. But thank you all. This has been very, very helpful.
I'm putting my business card over here. Please feel free to grab one. And same thing, anything that you need, please feel free to reach out.
Does President Trump know that a Canadian company is coming through here?
Okay, on that note.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Setting up on Mars, right?
Anybody want to